Hey guys, welcome to another recap of Survivor Philippines. What a show this week. So, at Calabao, Katie has survived the last tribal council, but she knows that means that she's at the bottom of the totem pole because she came this close. Alright, so she chats it up with Denise and is like, yeah, I think Penner's got the idol. Safe bet. Alright, so at Tendang, rice is running awfully low. Gee, I wonder why. Maybe it's because Scoopin is freaking eating it raw. How stupid is that? What an idiot. Alright, it's time for the reward challenge. The reward? Food in a dry hut. Alright, so the game, it's like this giant mud field with a wicker ball that's as big as the people. 3 against 3. Roll it into the other person's goal. Alright, so RC and Artist sit out. It's total gridlock. Penner's in between Scoopin's legs. It was disgusting. I saw Michael Scoopin's ass flexing on TV. Lisa Welchel, or whatever her name is all up in Denise's business, and Carter's between someone's legs. Somebody's under the ball. So Penner, after an hour, decides to ask Michael, do you want to make a deal? And Michael's like, maybe. So they come up with the deal that if Tendang will take Calabao's rice, and in exchange for letting them win and having the reward and everything. So this deal's floated out there. Jeff's like, okay, aka Probst. If you know, the two Jeffs, it's a little confusing. Artist does not like the sound of this. It's his birthday. He should have his say. Or so they say. But then they do it anyway. Michael Scoopin decides, I'm doing this deal. This deal's going down. It's happening. So Artist is pretty pissed that they didn't even take him into consideration. They kind of did, but they didn't really. So Calabao wins. Production goes, collects the rice, and delivers it to Tendang. Alright, at the reward, the food looked amazing. There were brownies this thick. Sandwiches, beautiful ones, footlongs, 2 footlongs. Oh, cold drinks. It was beautiful, and it was in shelter that was dry. They weren't sitting in the pouring rain. It was really beautiful. But the most beautiful part of all were letters from home. OMG. No one was expecting that now, were they? So at the time, they all agreed, these letters are better than food. You think that's gonna last long? When your stomach, when the food coma wears off and you're like, where's our rice? Alright, so at Tendang, Artist is pissed because nobody listened to him. And to add insult to injury, not much rice came over from Calabao. Basically, probably just as much as they had. So altogether, like 2 days worth. RC and Michael Scoopin, they're like, this sucks. And everybody else is pissed at Michael because they thought that he made a stupid decision to go with the deal. Alright, at Calabao, the food coma is wearing off. Penner realizes, I gotta catch some fish. Hey, that manta ray, stingray, whatever it is, was around again. Let me try and get that. He blew it. This close. He didn't get it, so he went out into the water and caught 2 tiny little baby fish for 5 people. Everybody's freaking out because their stomachs are yelling louder in their brains. Their stomachs are trying to eat themselves. So it's time for the immunity challenge. It's the old slingshot into the crowd, catch the ball in a giant Sherlock Holmes net. Not like a butterfly net type thing, but a crude one made by the production team of Survivor. Alright, so Scoopin and Abby sit out because Abby sits out every challenge, pretty much. So Jeff was making some really great catches. He was, but so was Malcolm. And it was a very, very close game. And it came down to 4-4. And they noticed that, hey, Malcolm's making a lot of catches over here because Lisa's putting the ball over where he can get it. But Carter's no match for him, so Penner decides to switch out Carter with Jeff, and it's a more even matchup. I thought it was a great idea, but you know what? It wasn't to be because Jeff was edged out by Malcolm, and he got that last score, so they won 5-4. So Malcolm won it for Tandang. So they're all like, blah. And Jeff and Carter back at Calabao, they're like, let's see now, do we get rid of Penner or do we get rid of Katie? You know, we have a deal with Penner, but I guess we have a deal with Katie too. So Carter's like delirious at this point and goes over to Penner and says, all right, so is it Katie or Penner? Goes right over Penner's head. I can't believe he didn't pick up on that. And then he's like, oh yeah, I mean Denise. Is it Katie or Denise? Weird. You think he would have been a little bit more paying attention? Maybe he was. Maybe that was just the whole edit. I don't know. But at Tribal, Probsty wants to know, raise your hand if you think you're in trouble. Well, the only two that raised their hand was Denise and Katie. So Probsty's like, Penner, you're not worried? You know, a little thing called blindside here? And Penner's like, no, I don't want to put my name out there to be voted off, so look away, look away, look away, Probsty. Don't call any attention to me. But Probsty's not falling for it. He's chipping away at Penner. And Penner says, well, you know, I guess if I was blindsided, more power to them. I wouldn't take it personally. It's just a game, blah, blah, blah. Then Jeff, the player, says, this game sucks. And I think Probsty was getting a little upset because he loves Survivor like he would love his own child. He's like, what do you mean? It sucks in the most awesome way? Is that what you mean? No, it's complicated, Probsty. You have to make a community with people and then vote them off. Of course it's going to suck. So Probsty sniffs out that a blindside's coming and he warns everyone. Like they didn't know. Alright, so no idol is played after the vote. Oh no! And Katie's voted off. I guess Penner was right. Shouldn't put his name out there. Alright, I guess the tribe just wants to eat. I mean, if they had kept Katie, they would have died for sure. But at least with Penner, they have a fighting chance of getting some sort of food. Alright, next time, Malcolm and Lisa. You remind me of my mom. Oh, I've heard that before. And a twist. Jeff, don't you mean the merge is coming? I guess we'll have to wait and see. Till then, much love.